students. So we have seen Fleming's left-hand rule in last video. In that we understood that how the force acting on a current carrying conductor in the presence of magnetic field is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field as well as direction of the current, and it is given by Fleming's left-hand rule. So here you'll see that the direction of the magnetic field is given by the index finger, the direction of the current is given by the middle finger, and the direction of the force is given by the thumb. Okay, now we are going to see this application of this Fleming's left-hand rule in electric motor. Okay, now electric motor, what do you mean by electric motor? Now see here, let us start. You have seen that our day-to-day life, everywhere electricity is used, and most of the places you will find that somewhere we are having the electric motor. Maybe in your refrigerator, maybe in your washing machine, phone, air condition. Is it right? Now you may say that, sir, how it is phone? Say in your phone, when phone vibrates means there is certain small motor is there that gets started. Okay, phone is there, fan is there. Okay, and in your computer, laptop, small motors are there which is acting as a fan, as a cooling agent, and so on. Okay, so everywhere you will find that the motors are used. So how does this motor works? That is the basic concept that we are going to learn today. So see, let us start. You know various forms of energy. You also know that the energy can be changed its form. You know the law of conservation of energy. What is law of conservation of energy? Law of conservation of energy says that energy neither being created nor being destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another form. Correct or not? So a device changing electrical energy into the mechanical energy is known as electric motor. Around us, our day-to-day life, an electric motor is a boom. It is used in fans, refrigerators, mixers, washing machines, computers, pumps, etc. How does the motor work? Now let us see the construction of the electric motor. Now here you will find that we are having magnet, that is having north pole and south pole. In between that we are having a wire which is a rectangular shape. See here, A, B, C and D. This is the rectangular shape, and this wire is attached to the split ring. See here, if you see the split rings are there. Okay, these are the split ring. This is X split ring and this is Y split ring, and this split ring is having a resistive coating. If you see the gray color inside, can you see the gray color inside? Here, see here, this is the gray color. This gray color is nothing but the insulator. Okay, and this is a cylinder which is also an insulator. On this gray color you are having this conducting material which is brown in color. Okay, on this you are having a conducting material that is denoted by E and F on the both the side, and then not by E and F, but now here the brushes are shown by E and F. Okay, so this is a conducting material. On that we are having a carbon brushes are there. These brushes are connected to the wire of the battery. Okay, see here, these are the connectors. Okay, and as well as it is connected to the copper wire which is insulated one, which is there inside the magnetic field. Okay, now you know the direction of magnetic field. Now here if you see this diagram, this is the direction of magnetic field. Same way here you are having a direction of magnetic field. Okay, see here, this is the direction of magnetic field, and then now the direction of current is like this, and the force is there which will be upward, that we will see later. So this is the construction of the electric motor. I'll repeat it. In this electric motor you are going to have the split rings. Split rings are there which are mounted on a cylinder, which is also, or it is called as the axle, which is also the non-conducting material, and this split ring inside is having a non-conducting material and outside is the conducting material, and to that conducting material we are having the brushes which are connected to it. Means it is in contact, not connected, it is in contact with the metallic conductor. Okay, and these brushes are connected to the copper wire which is insulated one or having a resistive coating, and these brushes are also connected to the battery here. Okay, I hope the diagram is clear to you all. Now let us zoom down and understand the construction. See here, the electric motor consists of rectangular loop of copper wire having a resistive coating. Now resistive coating means what? If you see the copper wire, on that you are having some very thin brownish material is coated. Okay, if you take a blade and scratch it, you will find that the coating will be removed, and inside you will find that a very shiny copper material will be there. That is called as the resistive coating. Okay, as shown in the figure, it is placed between the north pole and the south pole. See here, this is the wire which is placed between north pole and south pole, such as the horseshoe magnet, in such a way that its branches AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. See here, AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. The two ends of the loop are connected to two halves, that is X and Y, of the split ring. See here, it is connected to split ring here. Okay, now if you want, I'll zoom it out here in this diagram also. You can see here, it is, they are connected to the two halves. See here, they are connected here to two halves. Then the two halves of the ring are having a resistive coating on the inner surface and are tightly fit on the axle. See here, this is the inner coating which is tightly fixed on the axle. The two halves of the split ring X and Y are their outer conducting surface in contact with the two stationary carbon brushes respectively. See here, this is the outer conducting material which are in contact with the outer carbon brushes. When the circuit is completed as shown in the figure, the current flows in the branches AB. Now see here, this is AB of the loop from A to B. From A to B means from this direction. Okay, through the carbon brushes E and F. These are the carbon brushes E and F. Since the direction of the magnetic field is from north pole to south pole, according to Fleming's left-hand rule, a force exerted on the branch AB and pushes it down. Now see how it is. Now if you put your left hand rule or left hand on this, now see the direction of the current. Now the direction of the current is on the top side. Now if you see here the diagram, I'll show you the diagram again. See here. Okay, in this diagram, if you put your fingers in the direction of the current, then you will find that your thumb will be directed downwards. Okay, thumb will be directed downwards. So see here, AB in the loop, A to B through the carbon brushes E and F. Since the direction of the magnetic field is from the north pole to south pole, so according to Fleming's left hand rule, what will happen? A force exerted on the branches AB and pushes it down. So now the current in the CD branch is in opposite direction. So if you move your hand on the CD here, if you put your left hand on this, then the direction of the current and this, then you will find that the CD will experience a force which will be in upward direction. So here AB will experience a force which will be downward direction, and CD will have the force which will be acting in upward direction, because the direction of the current is like this and the south pole. Okay, so north to south, you will find that the direction of magnetic field, current is perpendicular to it, then you will find that the direction of the force will be upward. Here the direction of the current is like this and the direction of the magnetic field is in this way, then you will find that the AB will experience a force which will be in the downward direction. I hope clear to you all. Okay, so the CD in the current in the CD branch is in opposite direction to that of the AB branch, and therefore a force exerted on the branch CD is upward direction. So I hope it is clear to you where you are having a downward direction and where you are having a upward direction. So AB will experience a force which will be downward direction, and CD will experience a force which will be in the upward direction. Okay. Now let us see how it works. Now let us see how it works. When the circuit is completed, as shown in the figure. When the circuit is completed, then what will happen? The current flows in the branch AB of the loop from A to B. See here, the current flows from here A to B. Okay, if you see that here the positive terminal is connected here. Okay, this is positive terminal. So current flows from A to B. So this is the direction of the current, and this north to south is the direction of the magnetic field. Then you will find that AB will experience a force which will be in downward direction. I hope clear to you. I'll repeat again. The direction of the current is from A to B. The direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. Then you will find that AB will experience a force which will be in the downward direction due to what? Due to Fleming's left hand rule. So see here, Fleming's left hand rule again. If you put your fingers over here like this, then you will find that the thumb will be directed downwards. That is the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. Now let us understand more. This is about the AB. Now what will happen when the current comes in the direction from C to D? Now you may have the question, what will happen to BC? Now if you see that BC is in the direction of the magnetic field, so BC will not experience any kind of force. Keep it in mind. The branch BC will not experience any kind of force because BC is in the direction of north to south, that is in the direction of magnetic field. Clear? Okay. Now when the current reaches to point C, then its direction reverses. So when the direction reverses means what? Current flows from C to D, and the magnetic field direction is from north to south. Then CD will experience a force which will be in upward direction. Which will be in upward direction. I'll repeat. When the current flows from C to D, then and the magnetic field is from north to south, then you will find that the branch CD will experience a force which will be in opposite direction, that is which will be in upward direction. Alright, so here you will find that AB experiences a force which is in the downward direction and CD experiences a force which will be in a upward direction. Means there is a generation of torque. It is called as a torque. Now because of this torque, now the coil will start rotating. So let us see how it is there in your textbook. See here, I'll read for you. When a circuit is completed as shown in the figure, the current flows in the branch AB of the loop from A to B through the carbon brushes E and F. See here, E and F. Since the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south pole, according to Fleming's left hand rule, a force is exerted on the branch AB and pushes it down. So the current in the CD branch is in opposite direction to that of the AB branch, and therefore a force is exerted on the branch CD in upward direction. I hope clear to you all. Thus the loop and the axle starts rotating on the anti-clockwise direction. So after half rotation, the two halves of the split ring X and Y comes in contact with the brushes F and E respectively. Means what? Now here the rotation takes place. Now the AB goes down, means this AB will go down, means this E will come in the position of F and the F will come in the position of E when the half rotation will be there. Okay, so see there, and the current in the loop starts flowing in the direction DCBA. Now all the position will change. E will become F and F will become E. So here you will have F and here you will have E. The CD will come in the position of AB and AB will come in the position of CD. Okay, so therefore a force exerted on the branch DC is in downward direction and the branch BA in the upward direction. So obviously CD will come in the position of AB, so AB will means CD will have the experience the force downward direction, and AB will come in the position of CD will have the force in the upward direction. Okay, thus the current in the loop is reversed after each half rotation, and the loop of the axle continues to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So commercial motor runs on the same principle, but practical changes are made in their constructions. you will learn that later. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you all.